Okay, I started the camera up when I was making the valve guides, and somehow it shut off, so I didn't get any of the valve guides, but I turned them up, pressed them in, and now I'm ready to pick up and put in the exhaust and the intake ports. So I've got a couple parallels in here in my stop. My stop is going to come up against the face of the, actually it's coming up right up on the top of the head. It's coming, the stop is set right there. So what I'm going to do is put it in here. Now I want to dial in the center of that valve guide, the top valve guide here. So I got an indicator in there, and I'm going to swing that, the center of that in. See if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see kind of what I'm doing. So I turned I'm moving the wheel stop down a little more. I just spun it around and moved the indicator around until the needle moves very little, or as little as possible. So now I can kind of bring it over to the valve guide and just kind of eyeball it in to the center. Right there somewhere. Alright, I'm going to lower you down. Lower you down. Move you in a little bit. So now, I'm going to swing around here and move into it some more. And we're going to come down and pick up the high spot of the diameter. Move the quill stop down some more. Up there. And then I'm just going to go back and forth and try to find. So I move over a little bit more. Tighten this up a little bit more. And we'll go back up and down to 0. Alright. Swing around the back side. Let's see how far we're off. Might get my mirror out. And move it back and forth on the low spot. And then I'll move the quill up and down. See, we're too far in with the table by, still going, and bottom out I think. Yep, bottomed out. So, we got to move the table out. Move it up to about there. See if we can find the high spot of the diameter. Still bottoming out. Move it out a little more. Okay. Okay, there's the high spot of the diameter. I'm gonna set the quill stop to that, and we're gonna 0 the indicator. there. And then I'm going to swing it back and forth to make sure that's a 0. That's about a half a thou. Alright. Come around the front. See, we bottom out there now. Come down until it touches. Make sure it's on the low spot there. Oh, pretty close. They're thou and a half. That's pretty darn close for a first go round. And go right there. Zero that. Wiggle her back and forth to make sure. And about half a thou. Alright. And really this doesn't have to be that close. If that's off a little bit, that port, it doesn't really matter. Alright. And wiggle that back and forth. Well, we're within a quarter of a thou, so I say that is good enough. I'm gonna 0 my Y on my readout. So now we need to figure out how far to go back from this surface, which they're saying 220 from the bottom of it up, and the overall is, where is it? I just read it somewhere. Oh yeah, right there, 563. Subtract 220. 343 thousandths back from that surface right there, back. So, take the indicator out. And get my handy dandy edge finder, and we'll come down. I gotta turn my quill stop back down again. And we don't touch the brass, we just want to touch the face of the head. Alright, we'll crank it in until it lights up. I used to have incandescent bulbs in here, and I switched to an LED. I'm sure glad I did that. It's a hell of a lot brighter. Alright, well 0, move 100. And we'll 0 it again, and we wanted to go 343. 1, 2, 3, 43. Right there. And take that out. Put drill chuck in. Where's my sleeve for this here? Okay, we'll get a drill chuck in there. Like I say, if this port would be off either direction a little bit, it's not gonna really matter too much. Alright, what size, what diameter are we talking here? 250. 250 by 531 deep. Oh! Sorry. I was going to crank the knee down and crashed. Crashed into ya. Alright, right there. I had to move you back a little bit so I could crank. Get a center drill. And I believe the body of this center drill is 250, so I'm going to drill it to where the body is buried a little bit, I hope, without breaking it. Vertical, stop down some more. The reason I want to go so deep with the center drill is because we're on a diameter and I don't have a flat for the drill to start. This kind of helps. Okay, we want a 250. 250 drill. Switch to low. Should feel it when it intersects the valve hole. Like right there. Okay, that should do it. Let's take a look at it. Okay, if you look down in there, you can see that it intersects the valve guide hole. It doesn't. I don't see why it needs to be that big. 250 is kind of a overkill on that. But whatever. I'm going to double drill the next one though. So we'll take and center drill it first. Oops. Oh, darn it. I just flipped it around for the other side. Shifted back to high. And this time I'm going to get a smaller drill first. A 3/16 drill first. And now we'll switch to low for this one. harder to feel if I'm all the way into the port, or to the valve guide. Not quite. Too close. There we go. I think I'm through now. Let's Yes, sir. All right. So now the next one for here has to be set at an angle. Not sure what angle that is that I want to set it at. I'm going to show you a neat little app that I download. I have a Acura angle, and I was messing around on the apps, and I found, if I can find it here on my phone. Come on. Here it is. This neat little app. Whoop. This is a kind of a neat little app. And I checked it against my angle, Acura angle. It's within 2/10 of an angle, of the angle. So we're going to just lay it on here. Zero it. And then I want to tilt it up to about where I can see that that's going to miss everything. Looks like about, I'd say 25 degrees, because I don't think it calls it out in here anywhere. Maybe in the text. 30 degrees. No. No guide holders, sparkle hole, both those apart, and at 30 degrees. Well, that's what I'm gonna set it at. Let's get down here and eyeball it good. So if it's right in between those two, 30 degrees is actually to one side a little bit. Yeah, but I'm gonna go 30 degrees. But that's a neat little app. And you put it on to zero it out, just hit the button, and it'll zero it, and then you can, from wherever, reads the angle. So anyway, oops, I turned that app off. I'm new to the smartphone stuff. I had a flip phone up until about 5 months ago, and then my wife talked me into getting a smartphone. So it's another dummy with a smartphone. So how am I gonna get that at 30? I really don't want to clamp on these. I guess I'll have to clamp. I don't want to clamp on the valve guides and mess them up. So if I lay this in here, that might work. Lay that in there like that. I'm just thinking. Trouble is, then I have to go like that and like this. let's mark where the holes are gonna go. So this one, it's gonna go right there. This one, it's got to go right here. So they're kind of opposite of each other. Well, they're not opposite, but it's 30 one way and 30 the opposite way. So we'll have to have it in 2 setups. Okay, I think that'll work. So, what did you do with the smartphone, dumbass? We're not done. So, if I can find it again. This one. Like I say, I'm new to the smartphone thing, so you have to kind of. Okay, so there's 0. There's 30. We're at 36. $29.2. Well, that's pretty close right there. 29 and 9. Like it. I do like my Accu. That's got magnetic, so you can just plop it on. This here, you got to, with my phone, you got to hold it. But still, the price is right. Free. That's a free app. Alright, so now I need to sweep this in again. This way, this time. So I'll sweep that in, put the edge finder in there, pick up that edge, and drill a hole, just like I did on the other side. So I'm going to cut away and shut off the camera, since it's nothing that we haven't already gone over, just doing the last hole. So I'll come back after I get the 2 holes. So what I'm going to do is I'll do this hole, swing it around, dial it in, and then pick up the edge, move back, and drill the hole. So I'll be back.